Hello, testing. Make sure this is working because I was having a microphone problem a moment ago. Gotta make sure this is working. Testing, testing, testing. Alright, everything seems to be working. Yay! Alright, hello everybody and welcome to this very random late night Gator stream. We're gonna start playing Splatoon 2 in a bit, and afterwards we're probably gonna move on to something else. I'm not quite sure yet. I was thinking about doing Koroks for Breath of the Wild today, but I think it might be better to just say that for a dedicated stream later. I haven't decided if we're going to do the Wasteland and Gerudo region first, but we're going to do one of those at some point. And same thing for Super Paper Mario Flipside. Bit of 100 trials. Blah, can I talk right now? So for anybody who's crazy enough to still be awake at this hour, welcome to the Gator stream. Alright, so we're gonna be playing through a little. We're gonna do our usual routine where we'll play through a little bit of Octo Canyon, trying to get all the hero replica weapons, and then we'll be moving on to random multiplayer matches here and there. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Last time we did this, we had some people in the stream chat playing alongside with us, and that was pretty awesome. I don't know if anybody's in the stream chat right now, but if you are, then we might be able to play with the stream people a little bit later down the road. Not quite sure yet, but it's certainly going to be a thing that's going to be fun and awesome. Yeah, I know what time it is. It's Off the Hook, coming to you live from Inkopolis Square. Check it, here are the current regular battle stages. If they built a new HQ that looks the same as the old one, they know what they like, and they like what they know. And these are the current ranked battle stages. Remember when we rode the roller coaster for 6 hours straight? This was nothing compared to the 8 hours we spent on the death drop. Here are the league battle stages. Marina, you bought a new motorcycle recently, yeah? You gotta let me ride it. I don't think your feet would reach the pegs. And now a word from our sponsor. Grisco Industries is now hiring. Let's work a summon run shift later, Pearl. And that's all the time we've got. Until next time. Don't get cooked, stay off the hook. Who's texting me? Go away. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Anyway, yeah, we're playing Splatoon 2 and that's gonna be fun. Alright, so let's go this way. If there's anybody in the stream chat, let me know how the audio bouncing is, because usually it's decent-ish, but there have been times where I forgot to turn down the audio. And also, if the audio isn't synced up properly, that'd also be nice to know before we go too far into this. I think everything's okay. Looking over my stream settings and everything seems to be working okay. But what we'll be working on next, we can go over here and look at our records, and we can see that the next one is the boss fight. And there's a very specific reason why I wanted to do this one on stream. So that's going to be pretty fun. Alright, so this is one that I started doing before, like on my own personal time when I was trying to get all these by myself, but there's something really interesting that happens during this boss fight when you're trying to go for your replica weapons that I didn't actually know about, so we're going to be talking about it right now. And skip, because we don't need to see this. Alright, so this boss fight is designed with a sniper weapon in mind. Basically, you need to go up on these towers and using these thingies to get to the top of the area, but using other weapons in a boss fight designed for a sniper weapon probably sounds like a terrible thing, and normally it would be, but there's actually a couple of different changes with this boss fight compared to everything else. So, for one, we have these thingies up here now, He's going to be a little bit hard to aim with, but at some point we should be able to make it okay. Okay, I guess now you're going that way. Alright, I see how it is. They've added a bunch of different pillars over here so you can reach the Octarians easier. But this is going to be kind of not that great. I don't even really like this boss fight to begin with, but the fact that we're doing this without a sniper weapon that's really built for, that's not going to be the most pleasant thing in the world. How in the world do we get that up there? Okay, I think I see now. We're definitely not going to have a good time on this one, but we can at least try. That almost got it, but then it didn't. That's rude. And now you're going that way. So, yeah, you're normally supposed to have a sniper weapon when you're in this area, but because we're trying to get the hero replica weapons, it's not exactly what's happening right now. So let's try and get that to work. That didn't work. Okay. Alternatively, there's also these ink rails that we can ride around, and that should also hopefully help us out. Except the stupid jerk flew away. This is something I really don't like about this boss fight, is that this is difficult to do even with a sniper weapon. So yeah, I'm not that fond of this particular boss fight. It's a lot more fun in Octo Expansion, but here it's not that great. Okay, we're supposed to have it go straight up, so we can attack that. Can we reach that from here? I'm trying to get back up there. It's not exactly working out in my favor. I really wish I had burst bombs, because that would be really useful on this. That totally should have worked! My goodness, this is annoying. This is going to be a monster to deal with when we try doing this with the blaster weapon. That's not going to be fun. Okay, I keep bouncing out this stupid thing. My goodness! This is actually really, really annoying. Okay, let's try going for the ink rail. Hopefully this will work. Okay, we got one of them. So now I'm going to be flying over there. I have no idea how you're supposed to aim with the ink roller things. Whatever these are called. I don't think that's what they're called, but it's close enough. And now you're going that way. Okay, we got you. So now we can go like that. Come on. I am not looking forward to fighting this thing with a blaster. I'm just gonna say that right now. This is not gonna be very pleasant to deal with when we take care of that. I'm gonna turn up the game audio just a little bit because it seems a little quiet on my end. Alright, if that's a little better, then let me know. I don't think anybody is awake yet. Because most of the people I know who would be watching the stream, I think most of them are sleeping by now. But I just felt like streaming today because it's been a slightly stressful week. Long story short, I'm waiting to hear back about my dream job, and I'm not gonna know. Like, they told me that the furthest I'm gonna know is like August 20th. And knowing my luck, I'm not gonna know until like the very last minute, so it's been super stressful waiting to hear back on that, but hopefully everything will turn out well in the end. Okay, doing that now. Okay, I think I'm getting into the pattern of this just a little bit better. Okay, how in the world are you supposed to attack with this rolling thingy? No matter how high I aim, it never hits it. Okay, you're going back over here now. Oh, sir, now you're moving again. Isn't that just pleasant? Just stay right there. This is annoying. Get back over here. Get back over here. Get back over here. Like, the thing is, this thing takes forever to attack, and no matter how high I hit it, it never goes high enough to destroy the stupid thing, so I don't even know what the point of these things are. It's like, you... I imagine this would probably be a lot easier once we get to the heavy spotling weapons and things like that. But weapons like the blaster and maybe even the octobrush, I'm not that looking forward to dealing with those. Okay, second phase destroyed. I love the rubber ducky on the thing, that's really cute. Oh great, now we're gonna have to deal with these things. Yeah, boy. So yeah, the big reason why I wanted to do this on stream was because just how many differences there are between the regular fight and the hero replica weapon version. Because you go through the, like, normally I don't think the ink rails are here, or the rolling thingies. They might be, I'm not quite sure. But the thing is, this is a sniper weapon, so you don't really need those rolling thingies or the higher platforms or anything like that. So there's a lot of differences with this one compared to the regular boss fight, and this is one that I particularly wanted to get footage of for the video we'll be demonstrating this in. I'm not going to be demonstrating every single level with the hero replica weapon because, for one, that'd take way too long to edit, and there just aren't really that many differences within all the levels. But the ones that are noteworthy, such as this one, would definitely be showcased. Okay, now we're in the phase where this guy has access to a stingray. Are we supposed to fire from down here, maybe? No, that didn't work either. So what is the point of these stupid things? They never hit that thing. They never hit the Octo Shower. I legit don't get where you're supposed to aim at with that thing. Okay, maybe between weapons or whatever, I'll look it up and figure out what the timing of that's supposed to be, because my goodness, that's actually kind of ridiculous. Okay, now you're going over there. I don't think, yeah, they're going that way now, so I don't think we're going to be able to get that with any Negro. Okay, that's still not working. So, again, what's the point of that? Some point, maybe. See, no matter how high I hit with that thing, it never goes high enough. Okay, now you're in this area, so it's gonna be a bit easier for me to attack, but you're also using a stingray, so I gotta watch out for that. And these things keep dodging out of the way. Stop dodging out of the way, just let me destroy you. It's your destiny. It's your destiny to be destroyed by me. If you can beat her in ink rail, then that'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, one more is down. We're almost destroying this thing. My goodness, we've been going on for 9 minutes. This is actually kind of ridiculous. Okay, now we can try one of that. Still not good enough. Okay, let's go for the ink rail. That didn't... Ah, we were standing on top of the thing. We probably could have just stayed there for a minute. I think if you stay on there too long, eventually You know, the actual shower will shake you off and things like that, so it's not always the most ideal way to go. Actually, I want to test that. I don't remember exactly what happens if we jump on top of the thing. Yeah, it shakes you off. Okay, that was right. Now Agent 4 ended. Whew, it only took 10.5 minutes, but we did it. We did it. Yay. I'm not that fond of the boss fight in the first place because it's built around sniper weapons, but going after it with the replica weapons and things like that, not exactly the most pleasant thing in the world. But we did it. Yay. Hello, Green Grippers Gaming. Yeah, we were fighting a boss fight. So I wanted to do that on stream because there were a lot of differences between the regular boss fight and the hero replica weapon version. Like I can probably demonstrate the sniper version because you're usually supposed to go in here with the sniper weapon, but we're trying to get all the hero replica weapons, basically meaning replaying through all the levels with every weapon. So that's fun. So yeah, the ink rails are definitely not here. In the regular level, and those rolling thingies are also not here either. So this is basically what you're supposed to do. It's a pretty simplistic boss fight. It's just you have to use a sniper weapon, and I'm not that great at snipers. That's something that's not that great. It was either I think it was my sister who did this, but actually was terrible at sniper weapons and didn't want to fight this thing, so she made me do it. So that's basically the regular version of that boss fight, and yeah, that's a big reason why I wanted to stream today, because I was playing through this the other day trying to make some progress on this and noticed that this boss fight was very different with other weapons. We'll probably go for one more and then we'll switch over to online modes, because it took us 10 minutes to defeat that thing with a splatter shot, so it's probably going to take longer to do it with a splat whirler. So I'm just saying. Actually, this might be easier with the splat whirler. It depends on how well we can do stuff. When it does that, it's definitely not going to help. Okay, and go like that, and go like that, and come on, go work! It finally worked! My goodness! That thing is like impossible to aim when you have a splatter shot, but we have the splat whirler, and that was handy dandy. It was a handy dandy notebook. Also points if you get the reference. That was a lot faster with the splat whirler. Maybe I'm just terrible with splatter shots. I love the sound effect the Inkling makes when she's like, Mammy! I think one of my favorite sound effects ever. Okay, now you're going over there. Actually, this might be a better place to go to. During the first phase of the boss fight, you have to take out 3 of these thingies, and during the second phase, or before, and then during the final phase, they'll have those things where they like dodge back and forth, so they're a bit harder to aim at. So yeah, it's not that big of a boss. It's not that difficult of a boss fight if you know what you're doing. It's just that like this rolling thingy, it's really difficult to aim with when you're using a splatter shot, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm wondering if that's not really what you're supposed to do when you have those weapons in the first place. Because, like, it probably makes more sense that this weapon would be great with using that, because the splat whirler isn't that great when you're using it on ink rail, but, like, using it for this thing, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Gaming says, good luck with this fight. Thank you. Another reason why I'm streaming this, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm also kind of streaming this to take my mind off things right now, because it's been a bit of a stressful couple weeks. Because, like, long story short, I'm waiting to hear back on my dream job, and, like, any day now, I'm either going to get rejected from that, or accepted into it again, and it's just been really, really stressful waiting on that. They told me that the latest I'm going to hear back is August 20th, which means that, knowing my luck, I'm not going to hear back at all until then, and I'm just really, really stressed about that, so I'm just streaming to help take my mind off things. That's kind of a big reason why videos have kind of been slowed down and upload kind of sporadically lately. Like, as it is, I kind of forgot to render the next video, so I'm going to take care of that pretty soon. So it's probably going to be like a day later or something like that. But I think I have another video that I could upload to kill the time or whatever. Yeah, this right here, the spot roller is a bit harder to use when you have when you're on the ink rails. I think that might be why those Rolinium thingies are on there. So hopefully that might help us take over the world. Alright, we took another one down and go like this. Good morning, 3S Productions. How are you doing today? Alright, next up is the Splat Dualies, so let's go with this, and then we'll move on to multiplayer stuff. August 20th is really late if you get accepted as well. Their timeline for starting stuff is weird. Like, technically their fall term. Or is that summer advance? Their next term that they're opening up is the summer advance term, which I believe starts next week. I think they're getting ready for that, and my program starts on the 20th of September if I do get accepted in. Although they don't always start on days where you requested, so I might start like a week or so later. Like last time I got in, I was requesting to start towards the beginning of April, but then when I got accepted, I was starting towards the end of it instead. They don't always start you on the thing, but the nice thing is that they never start you sooner than you apply for. You don't exactly get to pick your dates. They give you a list of dates to choose from. I had the option to choose between June or September, and I decided to go in September because like my birthday's in June, and I wanted to be with my family around then, and E3 was also around the time, so I wanted to be here for that, for like watching stuff and things like that. I know it's silly, but still. But yeah, I wanted to wait until September because there's a couple other things I wanted to take care of before leaving for a big thing like that. I know I'm being vague and cryptic, and I know like at least Cryptic Gaming probably knows what I'm talking about, but I'm being vague and cryptic because I kind of don't want to jinx it by saying what exactly it is. But yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back on that, and hopefully everything works out. Right. Let's go here now. Alright, this is... Either I'm really terrible with the splash shot, or I'm getting better at this, because I was struggling with this not too long ago when we were trying to do the splash shot. I think my problem was that I was trying to go for those Rolinium thingies, but then it's not exactly the best thing in the world when you're trying to deal with this thing. So yeah, that wasn't exactly the best strategy in hindsight, but eventually we'll be able to destroy this thing, and then we can have eggnog, and eggnog is amazing. now you're going over here so we can go onto the ink rail to finish you off. Alright. We did it. Kind of. Be destroyed, be destroyed, be destroyed, be destroyed, be destroyed, be destroyed, be destroyed. Yay! That wasn't too bad. Teresa Blackson says, I'm alright. I hope you days get better and better. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week, mostly, aside from waiting to hear back on the college, I might as well just say, I'm waiting to hear back on the Disney College program. For those of you who don't know, that's an internship with Walt Disney World where you can work at the parks while going to college. And I've been trying to get in since I was 18, and I was accepted in 2019, but then the thing happened in 2020 and the program got canceled. But I applied again and I'm hoping to get in. I think I will, but it's just like up in the air right now. I'm not entirely 100% sure yet, but I'm gonna hear back before August 20th, and it's just been a little bit stressful waiting to hear back on that, but hopefully everything will work out in the end. Where are you now? You're up there. Okay. You're going over there now. Okay. Whoa, we took care of 2 of them. That was epic. Alrighty then, let's go over here, and we'll be able to destroy you with 1 more of these things. It didn't exactly work the way I was hoping, but hopefully at some point we'll be able to do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It still missed. Can we just fire you like this? No, we can't. Okay, we gotta wait for you to go around. Alright, go over there. You're by an ink rail now, so we'll be able to take care of everything flawlessly. Get back over here, get back over here, get back over here, get back over here. Ah, dang it. Okay. Let's try this instead. This phase is a bit difficult because these guys have those dodge helmet thingies on their heads, so they're a little bit harder to aim at. And now we're going over there. That's just peachy. Okay, that didn't work. And this last one's always annoying to get. I was certain we had it a moment ago, but that was only the second phase. That wasn't the third phase or anything like that. Eventually we'll be able to destroy this thing, and then it's going to be awesome. So hopefully we'll be able to take it down soon. We could just go over here and jump on this thing. Get back over here. Get back up. Yeah, come on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Here's a cute little octo shower. Here's a cute little octo shower. Prepare to be destroyed. It didn't work. Owie. That was way off. Oh. Okay, you have a stingray that can go through walls, and I don't like it when it goes through walls. That should have worked. I don't care what anyone says. That should have worked. Yeah! Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Phew! That was only completely stressful. We did it! Yay! Excuse me. As Gaming says, I heard earlier today some mistake for false message start next Monday. That actually shocked me because I thought it's like 2 weeks away before school starts. It's weird. Like, schools start at different times across the country. Like one of the online schools I went to when I was when I was being homeschooled, they started in August and ended towards the last week of June, so you only really had like 2 or 3 weeks off. We didn't stay in that one for long, but yeah, it's weird that different schools handle different things. One of the schools I went to also had a 4-day school week and a 3-day weekend, but they also had longer school years. So it's just a little weird. hope you get it, but August 24 is me. Yeah. It's like, I have written back to them asking for updates, but they always say the same thing, that the latest I'll go back is August 20th. It's usually Mondays that they tell you about stuff, but I've also seen some people on Twitter getting acceptance letters and on Wednesdays and things like that. So like it really can happen at any point, and that's the thing that's stressing me out. Threes Production says, "What's your favorite brush thing in this game?" If you're talking about just like regular brushes, I like the Octobrush. That one's really fun. It has the hammer special, which can be very powerful. But in terms of general weapons, I'd say the Dark Tetra Dualies would be my favorite in this game. And the first ones, Sloshers, were my favorite. But they changed the sub-weapon in this game to a Sexum Bomb, which kind of messes up my strategies. Okay, guys. In the first game, with the Slosher, they had burst bombs, which means that if you fired a burst bomb at them and then use a Slosher attack, you could defeat them in like barely a second. So they barely had any time to react to your attacks, which is awesome. But they changed the sub-weapon in this game, so you can't do that strategy anymore, and I don't really like any of the other Sloshers in the game. The Undercover Umbrella is also pretty good. It's like a regular umbrella, but you don't have to mash the button, but the umbrella doesn't go onwards, but the umbrella shield itself stays up, so it's a pretty good defensive weapon. But it's also kind of useless to use against a Slosher because their ink attacks can just go over the umbrella. Alright, so I don't think we've seen this one on a stream in a while, so this is a pretty fun one. Okay, I'm gonna go over here then. Let's go there. And for the love of people who aren't familiar with this game, this is Salmon Run. This is a cooperative multiplayer mode rather than a competitive one. Basically, what you gotta do is that you gotta destroy the boss of Salmonoids, and whenever they drop those golden egg things, you can use those to fill up your basket. You fill up the quota to win the game. For this round, we're going to try to focus on boss Salmonoids who are on this side of the island, because if they're on the other side, then we can't really focus on getting all the golden eggs. But obviously we will go over there from time to time if there's a tough enemy that we gotta deal with immediately. We've already met the quota, so we don't really have to do that much right now. We just gotta make sure we stay alive. That one right there, that is I think that's a steel eel, if I remember its name properly. Those ones are particularly nasty to deal with because you have to attack the bubble on its head. And that's not always the most pleasant experience in the world. Get away from me, chumps. Or small fry, or whatever they're called. We only have one teammate left. Okay, you just need to stay alive for just a little bit more. Or you can revive us. Yay! Alright, so that wasn't actually too bad. Now we just need to stay alive for just a little bit more. Or you're going that way, okay. And okay. We didn't quite get the last one, but we still had a pretty good score on that. So that's pretty cool. We have a mini splatling and the tide's going down now, so we gotta cover this area. I used to do a squid party towards the beginning of the match, just going like this, but like that's not a really good strategy at all. I used to do that for fun, but really you gotta spend the first couple seconds covering the area in your ink so you can get around easier. Yeah, only do squid parties towards the end of the match is basically what I'm saying. Alright, we took care of that. Now we can go over here and go this way. Ah, dang, I missed. Well, the other person was able to get the egg into their basket. Oh, they got it anyway. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good to know that we have teammates who are more competent than I am. That, and now we're gonna hit this. I'm really hoping there's something like this up here since Splatoon 3. Like, I know I talked about this on previous streams, but like, I just love Salmon Run, and I really hope this returns in a future game. I don't really know what they could do to improve on it. I just hope they don't do anything to mess it up, like introduce some new dumb rule that just makes it dumb and not fun to play. Because like they have to introduce some things in that game to make people playing this one go over to Splatoon 3, but at the same time, they don't want people to like completely abandon this game. So one thing I kind of hope they do, and I don't know if they're going to do this, but I'm really hoping that there's like some kind of cross-platform. That's not the term I'm looking for. I'm really hoping there's like some kind of cross-play between this game and Splatoon 3, because like that would just be really cool to be able to continue playing with your friends in a Splatoon game, even if they don't have Splatoon 3 yet. Like maybe there'd be like some kind of travel thingy where your Inkling could take a vacation to the state to Encompass Square in Splatoon 3, and that's how they could justify you playing Splatoon 2 stages in Splatoon 3. Because it sounds like Splatoon 3 is going to take place in an entirely new city, the Squidlands, so they're likely not going to have any returning stages at all. So what I imagine they're probably going to do is that they're probably going to have stages that feel similar to previous ones, but not exactly the same thing, if that makes any sense. What's attacking me? Okay, I see now. Alright, we got one of those down. Okay, I'm using a sniper weapon, and I'm not the greatest at these things. But hopefully we'll be able to triumph over the evilness of these things. I'm the best at speaking at 9 PM at night. Also, I apologize for not reading stream chat as often as I usually do. It's kind of hard to do for online games. So in between matches, I read through stuff. Alright, take care of you. The thing up there is something we're gonna have to deal with eventually. Oh, owie! Oh, darn. Oh well. Yeah, I'm glad I graduated high school when I did, because like I knew somebody in an acting class who graduated last year, and they told me about how they had their graduation ceremony in their bathroom, and like I think for my graduation I think we played Wii Sports Resort and then went out to a fancy restaurant. We didn't do anything too fancy or anything like that. I was homeschooled, for those who don't know. I think we did something like that. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but that's something that we did. So that's pretty fun. Whenever you say golden eggs, they go chocolate eggs. Yeah, chocolate eggs are pretty great. Oh, we have a mystery weapon. Ah, it's a dually thing. That's pretty fun. It's a dually squelcher. I'm not fond of squelcher weapons, but these are pretty decent. I like dually weapons. Dually weapons are pretty fun. What are we focusing on next? And our ink is blue. Blue is my favorite color. Okay, we're gonna leave those guys alone because there are some boss summons over here. Get away from me, small fries. Okay. Alright, we got that. Oh no. That was bad. Whenever I see the chum name, I think of the quote from Zelda Chronicles 2. Like I know I quoted this word for word during the Let's Play, but like the introduction cutscene with Zeke when he's all like, "Behold my blade, Pandoria, and this is my sword, the Papa Lightning Dream Smasher. If you want a taste, come and get it." Aha! That was a good use of aiming at stuff, so that's pretty awesome. Whew! Yeah. Okay, I think that was somebody else's splat bomb, but we still took care of it. Okay, something is attacking us. I'm gonna go after you, and we're going to not invite you to my birthday party. Okay. Whew. Whenever you play games like this, do you ever like physically lean your body around when you're trying to make a risky jump or anything like that? Because I like do that all the time, and it makes me wonder if there's like a game for Xbox or anything like that, for like Kinect or whatever, where like if you physically lean your body around, if it actually does help your jump, because like the Kinect would be like one of the only things that could actually use something like that. And Zap 85. The gold one. Oh, wow, that's fast. I think that's the fastest that Goldie has ever spawned on a match like this. This event right here, this basically means that the gold Seminoid will only appear in geysers. So you gotta watch out for that. Whenever you attack one that doesn't have the golden one in it, regular enemies will appear. But like the taller the geyser is, the closer the golden Seminoid would be towards it. And you basically have to try to attack it as much as you possibly can to make it drop gold eggs. You can't possibly pick up every single one of them afterwards, but you gotta pick up as many as you possibly can. So that's pretty fun. You can get a lot of golden eggs with this if you know what you're doing. Basically what you want to do is that you really want to try and like get them as close to the enemy base as possible, to your basket as possible, excuse me, so that you can take as many of them to the basket as within a quick amount of time as possible. So yeah, we already beat our quota by a long shot. We still have like 20 seconds left to go, so we're definitely gonna do pretty well. This is an amazing round. Wow, we're doing so well. Okay, I'm gonna work on bringing these back. So that we can hopefully take care of things. We're probably going to be, we definitely will be able to get another one after this, but we can hopefully succeed in everything else, except we didn't, but we still got 20 more power eggs than we needed. That is awesome. That was a really good round. Splatter scope by the beach. Okie dokie then. This is certainly going to be a thing. During events like this, what I like personally doing is that if there's a tough enemy that's spawning and like a good chunk of your team is wiped out, what I usually like to do is I like to try to hide towards the as far away from the beach as I possibly can, because the enemies will only spawn in this area, which basically means that they won't be able to spawn where you're currently hiding at. But at the same time, it's probably a good idea to try and revive your teammates anyway, even if that is going to put you in danger. Okay, I'm gonna go this way to take care of that guy. I'm really hoping we can win this round, because I really want to see just how good of a score we got from the last one. Because we got like 20 more power eggs than we needed overall. So we're probably gonna have a really good score if we were able to win this. No, we're not gonna win it like that. Let's go over here, and that didn't work. Okay. Alright. Wait for you. One thing I really don't like about this weapon in particular is that it really, like, you can fire further than most other sniper weapons, but also really kills your peripheral vision, so enemies tend to sneak up on you a lot easier with that one. We should be okay. Yeah, we'll definitely be okay. Just gonna try and take care of this thing. And boom, last minute egg. Yay! Yes, 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 booyah, booyah, last minute stingray of awesomeness. That's pretty cool. 88 power eggs. Just as many, one power egg for every episode of Splatoon 2 we've uploaded. That was a pretty good round. Alright. I think that's good for Summon Run for now. I'm gonna take a moment to a quick stream chat. says, when you're homeschooled, the school never stops. Yeah. Homeschool was certainly a thing. Like, one of the weirdest things with homeschool was that, like, if we were done with the schoolwork early that day and my friends weren't home yet, my friends who were public schooled, like, if I had to go over to a friend's house, the parents would answer the door and they'd be like, they're at school, so why aren't you? And I had to explain to them that I'm homeschooled and things like that. But anyway, that's not the point now. Very Corpse Gaming says, I know I go to. My family took me out to dinner. Well, I do find out that some places in the country have graduation parties with the whole graduating class were invited, makes me jealous. My school just had where they call out the name, make your diploma, and it took 2 hours to go through everyone. There's no party or celebration thing. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to a celebration party like that, because large crowds overwhelmed me. So, like I like what we did with my family, where we just went to like a nice restaurant afterwards. I think I had chicken and waffles. That was a good day. Three's Production says, like I said, Powerade. Flashback to when I had 3 Powerades in one day in the span of 5 hours. Yeah, like, Powerade is an energy drink, right? If I remember correctly. Energy drinks and just, coffee in general, it makes me sleepy. Like, if I'm trying to stay awake and have a coffee or whatever, then I usually just end up getting more tired after drinking coffee. Except for that one time where I was trying to fall asleep, so I drank coffee to make myself fall asleep, and I, like, stayed up for 3 more hours after that. Gatorade. Alright, so we're gonna play a little bit of Terraform, and that's gonna be fun. We probably could do ranked battle, but that's in Rainmaker, and I'm not that fond of Rainmaker in this game. This is one of my more personal favorite stages in the game. This is Monte Maria. There's like a pirate stage thingy. It's pretty fun. What I really like about this one is that you have high rails like this, so it's kind of similar to Galpatome in a way. But you also have a lot of walls you gotta climb around and things like that, so it's not like the easiest thing in the world for your opponents to navigate if they're unfamiliar with the area. But yeah, it's a pretty fun stage. I really like this one in like Splat Sounds and Clam Blitz. Go like that and over here. And somebody got me. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Faith Blackson says every day I question how I'm still alive. I wonder that too. Like, I wonder how I'm still alive and things like that, because yeah. I can't hear the phrase still alive without thinking of Portal. Hi, I'm gonna spot you. Hi, I'm gonna spot you too. Hi, I'm gonna spot you. Oh, darn. We almost took back the center. That would have been good if I was actually good at this game. Alright, it's over here now. Wow. I don't like auto bombs. They're so evil. Okay, we still have a chance to make a comeback. Which should be okay. Another big reason why this is one of my more personal favorite stages in the game is because it's one thing that happened. The other team got a couple disconnects towards the beginning of the match, and we didn't see them for a good chunk of the beginning. So we went over to their base to see what was going on. We saw they were having a squid party, so my team joined them. And it was awesome. I think I have a video of this upload on Twitter at some point. If I could find it on my Switch, I should be able to demonstrate it somewhere around here, but it might take a moment to find, so probably not going to be all that worth it in the end. I don't think we're going to win this one, because, like, we're not doing very well at all in the center. There's still a lot of orange in the map, so yeah, we're definitely not going to win this round, but it was still fun to try. I was trying to throw a bomb. Dude, since I didn't even like it, I was just thirsty to try the orange. We're trying to lean more away from soda and moving on to like juice, like V8 and things like that. But as I say that, I have a cup of root beer on my desk right now, so not exactly working, but it's yummy. I like root beer. I have 3 forbidden foods: duckies, coffee, and Powerade. Alright, what's your favorite food ever? My favorite food would probably be like pizza. Like just a good pepperoni pizza. I could eat a whole thing myself. I could probably eat 2 by myself. It's probably not healthy for me at all. But like I just love pepperoni pizza. Especially when it has like cheese as stuffed crust. That's really yummy. Trophy Games is a returning stage from the first Splatoon game. This one is also pretty fun. The really neat thing about this one in terms of the game's lore is that a lot of the arcade games you could play in Nicopolis Plaza were made by the studio, because Anchovy Games is a game studio. So I really like that, and one of my favorite quotes in the first game is when Callie and Marie are talking during the beginning and the stage comes up, and Marie is all like, they're just making video games, how hard can that be? And as a video game design student, that particular line always struck me funny, because like I know exactly how hard game design is. Like I'm making my own game, and like it's like most people want to go into game design because they're like, I have a million ideas for games and things like that. It's going to be awesome, and I'm going to become a millionaire because I have so many ideas, and they're all going to be amazing. But in reality, it's going to take a while for you to actually make the game, because like the problem I have right now is that, like, I have the story completely... I have, like, a complete story in mind for what I want to do with the game, but there's a lot of little gameplay things here and there that I'm not quite sure how they're going to work in the long run. So it's a matter of figuring out things. Like, I'm obviously not going to go into detail right now because the game is still in development, but it's, like, something that I just think about from time to time. It's, like, that's sort of one of my favorite lines that Callie and Marie ever say. It like blows my mind, things like Undertale that are developed basically by like one person, because you're doing all the programming work yourself, you're doing all the music, you're doing all the artwork, yeah, and like I probably could do that if I had enough skills for artwork and things like that, and if I tried, I probably could be a good artist, but I know I definitely cannot be a good musician. like, I struggle reading music and things like that, and so I definitely know I wouldn't be able to compose my own soundtrack, so, like, I just have a lot of respect for game developers who are able to, like, basically develop the entire game on their own. Okay, we're driving them back, so I'm gonna head over here. Alright, we're gonna take back the center because there's some... they used an ink storm over here, so we had to focus on this area real quick. I'm going to... I think we're pretty good on this area now. Is there anything over there? Yes, there is. Alright, let's use a last minute splashdown to get a bunch of ink. Heck yeah! Bluxing says, yeah, I probably need to drink less Coca-Cola. Yay, we won! Get some stackies. I might try to sub some of my Coke drinking with Gatorade. Plus it helps me, keeps me hydrated. What I do when I try to limit soda, is that, like I used to drink like 2 or 3 sodas a day, which is not good at all. But like nowadays, nowadays if I do drink soda, it's probably just the one. And for other drinks throughout the day, it'll usually either be milk or strawberry banana V8 juice. What I like about V8 juice is that it has the same texture as soda, so it's a good replacement for that. And it's juice, so it's gonna be a lot healthier. I don't think I could ever like completely 100% like stop drinking soda altogether. But I do know some people who have done that, and then after a while they try going back to soda and then they get sick. So I wonder if that will be the same case for me if I ever do try it. There's Blixen says, I love Undertale. Yeah, Undertale is a pretty great game. Like, I want to do a Let's Play of Undertale at some point. The difficult thing about that one is that it is a very, very detailed game. And if I were to do a Let's Play, I'd want to go for 100%. Showcasing the pacifist, neutral, and genocide routes. But figuring out a structure for how to do all that would kind of be difficult. So yeah, that is one thing that I really want to do at some point. I just don't know when it would happen. If you want a similar Let's Play, my friend Pink Garman, he did a Let's Play of Deltarune not too long ago, and that was a pretty fun one. So shout out to you. Hello, Big Manipulator. Nice finish, Gator. Well, thank you. So I'm not quite sure how much longer we're going to be playing Splatoon 2. We'll probably go on for just a little bit longer. I feel bad for that sniper. That was a really good placement for a splash ball, and then I just went around it, and man, I feel bad for them. I'm so sorry. Like, you could tell that they were desperately trying to mash the button to get me away from them, but I kept going after them, and I feel horrible. And Karma is immediately coming back for us because the danger thingy appeared for a moment. They have an ink storm, and that could be not that great. Hello there. Probably should have been a bit more of an angle on that one, but don't worry. Ah, wait! That hurt my feelings. Undertale is There's Blexen says Undertale is a big inspiration when it comes to my art. That's pretty cool. I know a lot of artists who were inspired by Undertale and Doki Doki Literature Club and things like that. My art style would probably be close to like Undertale, because like I don't want to show any examples on stream right now because a lot of the artwork that I do is like concept art for my game, and I don't want to share that yet. But my artwork is like very simplistic and things like that, so like I cannot do realism. I can only do like cartoon art styles. And what I really loved about my What I really love is to learn how to speak properly. What I really loved about my art classes in college was that my teacher was very, he was very encouraging of people's art styles, because there were people like me who did well in cartoon styles. There were people who could do realism very well. One person was very great at like abstract stuff, and it was really fascinating because most of the time when we would do artwork, they would be like objects in the table in the middle of the room, and we'd be given like 5 hours that day to draw our interpretation of it. Mine would just usually be like cartoonish versions with like very thick outlines and simplistic colors. Some people did the texturing of the different styles of wood very well. But there was this one person who did very nice abstract designs, and the closest thing I could think of that would make sense to explain it would probably be like that one scene in Doctor Strange where they're in the mirror dimension and they're going through New York City. So yeah, it was very fascinating, and I really liked that about that class, because I was so worried going into that class. I needed that for my degree at that school, I need to go to those classes for my degree. And I was very worried because I was like, oh, I'm a terrible artist. I'm not going to do well. They're not going to like anything I make. But then we going into that class and they're all very encouraging and it was very nice. Nicola says, when I was in college and trying to lay off soda, I would turn to tea whenever I wanted a flavored beverage that wasn't juice. I've tried tea and it's just not for me. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but just the texture of it just doesn't agree with me. I think the only tea I remember liking was like jasmine tea, but it's also been like 10 years since that, so I don't know if I'd like it nowadays. Cooper's Gaming says, wish you pick what wish you could pick what paint you use when playing this game. There is a color lock option that limits the colors used in that limits the colors you can use in online matches. That's mostly for things like colorblind players. I'm gonna back out of this lobby and showcase that real quick. And now you can see what games I've been playing recently. Yay! Alright, so we might switch over games fairly soon. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm thinking something Zelda related, like maybe Skyward Sword or something like that. I was thinking of streaming Doki Doki Literature Club. Like last time we did a Zelda and Splatoon stream together. I did talk about how I wanted to do that. Then I continued playing the game for myself and I realized that, oh, this probably wouldn't be the best thing to stream on the channel, because I don't want to go into spoilers or anything like that, but let's just say that game gets very dark. But even then, like Doki Literature Club, like easily became one of my favorite games of all time. Like I finished it last week, and I wanted to go through another playthrough of it again because I'm trying to go for 100% completion, and yeah. Yeah, so many profiles. Two of them are mine, one's my sister's, and one's my mother's, although my sister and mother's profiles haven't been used in forever. I have a personal playthrough file and one used for Let's Plays, so that's fun. But yeah, if you go into, which one is it? Yeah, this right here, Green Purpose Gaming, there is a color lock option. This locks in colors in online battles, so only certain colors will appear. It's not exactly the same thing as choosing a color for yourself, but it is somewhat close to that. What do I want to do next? Let's go after Cannon. I mean, we probably could do like a random number gaming thing, and use that to decide what game we'll play next after we're done with Splatoon. But at the same time, I don't have my RNG things set up right now. And that would take a moment to set up, and it's already like 10:30 at night, and I don't feel like doing that. We could play Xenoblade. That'd be a fun one. Next up is the Splatbrella. Alrighty then. I'm gonna at least try to finish this boss fight with the Heroica weapons before we call it quits on the stream. Okay, you were really far away. Okay, that didn't exactly work the way I was hoping it would. Are you gonna be closer now? Looks like that can work. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, never mind. Looks like this isn't gonna be a good weapon to try using the Rhodanium thingies on, but with the ink rails, it should be okay because like the Splat is a pretty good weapon. Of course, after I say that, we missed like literally every shot. So that wasn't exactly the most pleasant experience in the world. And yeah, that's not gonna work. Man, this is hard with the Splat Umbrella. Hammond. Excuse me. Man, we're just not that good at fighting this thing with Splat Umbrella, aren't we? I might just do this off stream because it's taking a long time and I don't want to waste people's time. If we get past the 10-minute point or whatever, or we're not making a lot more progress, then we'll probably just switch games. At some point I would like to do another Splatoon stream with friends. Like Gaming with Pi and I, we had done a lot of Splatoon streams before, but scheduling stuff like that is a bit difficult because we're both busy with our own schedules. But at some point I'd like to do another one at some point. Alright, do that. That didn't quite work out the way I was hoping, and we fell again. This one weapon I'm not really that fond of when it comes to recording stuff because it's a button mashing weapon, which means you're going to hear the button a lot on the microphone. There's not really much I can do about that, but that's always a fun thing. Like I know some people would have like a blanket under their controller to help prevent sounds and things like that, but I tried that before and it just wasn't comfortable having the blanket on my hands as I was trying to record stuff, so I didn't do that. Excuse me, that was a disgusting noise. Alright, X, would you come back here and fix me like a man? Fix me like a manly man. Normally this boss isn't that annoying. I swear this boss is usually pretty decent. The community says if everyone chooses a different color for themselves, will the battlefield get painted a rainbow? Rainbow. That would be kind of cool to have a multiplayer mode where it's like every person for themselves, and like you try to cover the area in your own ink, but every single player has their own different colored ink. I think that would be kind of cool. One multiplayer mode that I had an idea I had for multiplayer mode for a while that I really hope they do at some point is like having like a traitor on your team, like somebody who it plays like they look like they're on your team, but all the ink that they cover actually counts towards the other team's total, and towards the end you can try to figure out who was the traitor. Basically, if Among Us was a Splatoon game. But I've had this idea since the first game, so it's not exactly the same thing, but like something like that. Like if you ever played a Wii Party, there's a similar mode named Spot the Sneak. In that mode, you'd play regular mini games, but somebody had an advantage over everybody else, and that was always really fun. Okay, now we're gonna go over this right now. exactly work out. Come on, and you're not gonna let me destroy you. Come on, be destroyed, be destroyed. Who's a cute little Dr. Shower who wants to be destroyed in cold blood? Who's a cute little Dr. Shower who wants to be destroyed in cold blood? But mash, but mash, but mash! Alright! Whew! Neighbor says fighting this thing with dualies was the worst. We fought this thing with dualies earlier in stream and we had a very easy time with it. I struggled with this thing with the splatter shot of all things, but the splat whirler and the dualies worked out fairly well. But I'm also like a dualie main, so I don't know how much that really helps or anything like that. Or if I was just getting used to the fight. But that didn't hit us. Wow, that was kind of surprising. I'm legit surprised about that. So let's head over this way now, and let's see if this will work. Excuse me. That was gross. I'm a disgusting human being. Groups Gaming says I only have one Switch profile, but I got 2 PlayStation accounts. Some was created for Let's Plays and the reason why I have like I have a Let's Play profile is so that whenever I'm recording stuff, whenever I'm recording stuff, if I have people on my friends list who are currently playing the game, then they won't see what game I'm playing, and also so that friend notifications wouldn't pop up on screen. Because my first Let's Play, my first Switch Let's Play was Limbo, and that happened a couple times during that series. And there's also a couple instances during the first couple of recorded sessions of this game where that happened, and that was a pretty interesting experience. Like, it's weird, because I'd planned for years for Splatoon 2 to be my first Switch Let's Play, but then it ended up being Limbo anyway because of things that happened last minute. Because it's an online game, and at the time I was living in a place that had terrible internet, the Let's Play wouldn't work, so I did Limbo and Portal last minute to create like a simple Let's Play that could be done while I was moving into my new apartment. So that's a pretty interesting story. I mean, if everything works out with what's going on in September, then I'm thinking about starting another thing like that where maybe Breath of the Wild and Super Paper Mario would be on hold for just a little bit while further Let's Plays are uploaded. I'm not quite sure what game would actually be uploaded during that time. I have a couple ideas, but nothing is 100% set in stone yet. I had one that I thought would be a sure thing, but it turns out the game was actually a lot deeper than I thought it was, so that was an interesting one. Okay, take care of you, and you're almost destroyed. You're almost destroyed. Almost destroyed. Yeah. Kagazima says, would you rather give up Splatoon forever or pizza? I'd give up pizza. Like, I know I love pizza and all, but it's also, like, bad for you if you eat too much of it, and I just love those Splatoon games so much, so yeah, I would give up pizza if I had the choice. Alright, so I think that's good for Splatoon for now. What stages are going to be in the next rotation? We can't see that in here. We have to go back to the plaza. Alright. Schellendorf Institute and Port Macro's gross. Spot Stones would be fun. What time is it now? That's going to be in rotation in 19 minutes. Okay. Aw, this is a cute picture. Alright, let's look around the plaza. There's that, there's that. Happy 30th anniversary Metroid series. Like, I've seen so many people on Twitter complaining that Nintendo didn't really acknowledge Zelda's 35th anniversary. Did you not see E3 when they announced that Game & Watch thing? Like I know it's not quite what people were expecting for a Zelda anniversary. Like, personally, I would have liked if Skyward Sword HD also came up with some other games as well. Like what they did with Mario 3D All-Stars. But at the same time, Skyward Sword is something I was looking forward to for a long time, and I'm really happy it's on Switch now. The Game & Watch thing is going to be really cool because, like, I don't really care that much for Zelda 1 or Zelda 2, but the version of Link's Awakening they're going to have on the Game & Watch has never had a re-release before. It's the very original one, because there's 3 versions of Link's Awakening. There's a Switch remake, there's the Game Boy Color remaster, and there's the very original one that was on the black and white Game Boy. So that's pretty cool. Cooper's Gamer says, what are you going to change time? Yeah, we're playing Salmon Run real quick. We're going to play Salmon Run for a bit, then we'll go on intermission, and then switch games. A griller event, oh boy. So with this one, what I recommend you do is I recommend you stay close to the basket, and then have your teammates draw the attention away while everybody else goes after the griller. It's a little hard to explain, but with like looking at the footage, it should be helpful. So I'm gonna lure this griller up here. You're gonna have to go around this way, and then everybody else is already on that platform anyway, so we're able to take that one out pretty quickly. And then this one, we could take that one even faster. Presumably, as soon as these small fry keep going after me. Ah, no. Okay. The main thing about this one, though, is that you have a lot of small fry salmonoids going after you. And one of them isn't too bad, but if a lot of them swarm you, then it's not exactly the most pleasant experience in the world. Phew, that was a close one. Almost lost my cool there. I love that part in the Jim Carrey Grinch movie when he's like screaming and things like that. Owie. When he's screaming as a rocket thing, he goes down the mountain, and then he's like, whew, almost lost my cool there. Oh, where do I have to okay, that's cool. And let's destroy these jerks, and then we can claim one more prize. They've got 20 out of 18 power egg thingies. Alright then. Ooh, we got a question mark. NZAP 85. Isn't this one already in rotation? Yeah, there are 2 NZAP 85s in the in rotation. That's pretty funny. Alright, and do that. Those things are really scary to deal with when you're in the canyon because you can't see them coming, and then all of a sudden they're there. That's like the scariest thing that ever happens in Splatoon. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was pretty cool. Okay. Where's the view? Are we there? My feelings. Phew. Okay, we're good. It's all good. It's all good. We're fine. Everything's dandy. Everything smells like ice cream. That's a new one. Oh, darn it. People are dumb. It's no totally celebrates anniversaries. I guess some people never Skyward Sword. It's pretty much thing. Everyone. Zelda anniversaries are really weird. Like, they make a big deal out of like every single Mario anniversary ever. And like half of them are decent, I guess. But like with Mario 35th anniversary, for example, they had a lot of really fun merchandise, but a lot of it was also for like, yeah, it was obvious. Yeah, it makes sense that it's made for kids and things like that, like toys and stuff. But at the same time, They also had some they also had some other cool things like the Mario 3D All Stars, which it did suck. It does suck that they took that off the eShop, and it makes absolutely no sense why they did. But at the same time, if you go into a game store or anything like that, then you still see them everywhere. So even if they don't make more copies of 3D All Stars, you can still find them in game stores. So that's interesting. And they also released Mario 3D All Stars, the original Mario All Stars and SNES on the Nintendo Switch Online, which was kind of okay. Um, it just would be nice if, you know, SNES Online updates were always good, but they haven't been for a long time. That's a whole rant for another day. Okay, let's go this way now. But yeah, with Zelda anniversaries, it's always weird. Like the 25th anniversary of Zelda was when they originally released Skyward Sword, but they also had a lot of really awesome, cool things. They released Link's Awakening on the 3DS Virtual Console, was really cool. They released a Four Swords Anniversary Edition, which was really cool at the time, but there's also a lot of problems with it because it had like no online support whatsoever. So people you play with, they have to own a copy of it. There's no download play or anything like that. They have to own a copy of it, so because it's no longer distributed or anything like that, it's nearly impossible to find somebody who does have a copy of that game. And it sucks because there's a lot of really cool single-player content that they added to it that not very many people get to play. They basically reworked the whole game to work in single-player. They have a couple new levels celebrating the Zelda history. They have a really difficult new challenging mode and things like that. We're not going to win this round. Oh well. And well, we tried. But yeah, with they like did the 25th anniversary pretty well, but then with the 30th anniversary of Zelda, it was pretty much only like Twilight Princess HD and the Amiibo with that game. And Twilight Princess HD was pretty fun, but at the same time, I just wish they made a couple more changes to that game than they did in the long run. Like, my biggest problem with that game is that it just doesn't really look that much better than the original one, because you wouldn't really know the difference unless you were looking at them side by side, and that's kind of also the same problem with Skyward Sword HD. But with that one, it's a lot more clear that that game looks a lot cleaner than the original Wii version. So that's pretty interesting. Ah, that's a cute picture of Marina. Alright, so I think that's going to be good for Splatoon 2 for now. So let's go switch games. There's Blackson says, I wish everything smelled like ice cream. Gurus Gaming says, yeah, 3D All Stars I see almost every game store, and people said the game would be a rare collectible. Like, it's so weird because the game sold incredibly well, but they don't make any more copies of it, and they took it off the eShop. But you still see it in every game store. It's really weird. Like, I'm happy that I have my physical copy of it, but at the same time, I also kind of wish that I got the digital version because something about that, um, something about having the digital version, just seems like it would have been cool. But then they also had like Super Mario Bros. 30 that like Super Mario Bros. 35 that was literally only available during that time. And even if you have the game still installed on your Switch, it no longer works anymore, which is really silly. But anyway, we're going to switch games real quick, and it's 10:50 right now, so we're going to go on a 10-minute break, and I will see you all in a moment. Alright, we are back. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for people to return and things like that. Alright, it's 11 o'clock right now. How's the poll thing going? Currently, Pikmin 3 is in the lead with 67%, with Mario 3D All-Stars at 33%. So that's pretty fun. Alright, yeah, we'll give it like, let's give it 5 more minutes to see if anybody else is voting or anything like that. Because I know some people come back slower than later when it comes to tournaments and things. But what I'm thinking is that if Pikmin 3 wins, we'll... what do I want to do? We could probably play like a day or two in that. And maybe show off some challenge mode stuff. Most of the Let's Play is finished. It's just that I would also like to make bingo battle videos on that too. We have a couple recorded. It's just a matter of editing them, and we haven't recorded all of them yet. So that's fun. You know, I think I think we're gonna go ahead and switch games now. Now you get to hear the squeaky chair. Yay, squeaky chair. And now it's tied. I was just about to switch games, but now they're tied. Alright, we'll give it another minute or so, and if they're still tied, I'll flip a coin. Alright, so while we wait for that, and we listen to my beautifully squeaky chair, how's everybody doing today? Are you having a nice day? Did you eat a lot of food? What games are you playing recently? I'll go switch over to my screen real quick to show you. So, like I talked about Doki Doki Literature Club before, mentioning how it's quickly becoming like one of my favorite games of all time now. It definitely won't beat like Link's Awakening or Splatoon 2, but it's definitely within like top 10 now. This one's an interesting one. It's a puzzle game, but it's also way too mature to showcase on this channel. There's a lot of adult themes in that one, so like it doesn't show anything too bad, but probably not something Let's Play, even though it's a pretty fun game. That's pretty fun. I love Skyward Sword. Pokemon Shield is weird. Like this one, like it definitely does have a lot of good ideas, but you can also tell that this game had a very rushed development cycle. Like I was playing that game recently, and I was at a point where I was talking to the rival character Hop, and like we were talking on a bridge, and then it transitions into a battle, and the battle background is the hillside, when there's a bridge background battle thing already in the game, and I don't know why they never patched that to fix it or whatever. Breeze Production says, I'm good, I got Hyrule Warriors. Yay, Hyrule Warriors! Yeah, I love that game. Like, they're both pretty fun. Age of Calamity is a really great one. The weird thing about that one, though, is that in terms of like Zelda characters, it's literally only Breath of the Wild, which makes a lot of sense because it is like a prequel to Breath of the Wild, kind of. So it is kind of weird to go from one Zelda game that celebrates all of Zelda's history to going to another one that's really only celebrating one. But at the same time, Age of Calamity is kind of a canon story as well, and whereas the original Hyrule Warriors wasn't. But they're both really fun games. I think I like the original Hyrule Warriors just a little bit more than Age of Calamity. Like in the grand scheme of things, because the original one just seems like it has a lot more content. But at the same time, if I were to Let's Play those games, Age of Calamity would probably happen first, because the original one has a lot of content. Like, the adventure mode maps would probably be a Let's Play on its own, on top of the fact that there's like 8 adventure mode maps, or something like that, on top of the story mode. That'd be a huge project to work on. I don't think it'd be Breath of the Wild in terms of, like, how big a Let's Play would be, but just something that I've thought about doing for a long time. There's Blexen says I got it used and I don't know how to delete the save on it, but still fun. Which console and which console is it playing on? Because I could show you on here how to delete saves on. Well, it's probably not a Switch version though. Like, I don't know. Because if you're going by that, if it's a Switch version, what you can do is you can go into system settings. There's a page somewhere around here. In data management, this would be where you can go and delete your save files and things like that. There should be a similar system if it's on the 3DS version or something. Alright, but it's been a couple minutes. We got 3D All-Stars and Pikmin 3 are both tied. So, we're going to go collect a coin. Heads for 3D All-Stars and tails for Pikmin 2. It's heads, so we're going to play Mario 3D All-Stars. Alright, it's the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors. I don't remember how to delete that one. Sorry, I don't know how much help I can be on that. I'm gonna look up something real quick. Alright, so if it's Hyrule Warriors Legends on 3DS, how you delete your save file is that when you go into the game and you boot it up, hold down the A, B, X, Y buttons as the game's loading, and then that'll give you the options to delete your save file. I don't have the 3DS version anymore, so I don't know off the top of my head if this actually works, but hopefully that can help you out. Alright, we're going to switch over to Mario 3D All-Stars. Alrighty then. Everything's working, just double checking. Alright, so welcome to Mario 3D All-Stars. This is going to be a fun one. I really like this game. I do really wish that they went more into the celebration aspect of it, because it would have been really cool to see like developer documentaries on the development history of these games. But like really the only side content that they added was the music soundtracks. And that's cool and all because it's nice that Nintendo, like, you know, actually made a soundtrack for these games now. Because they, like, never released these things. But it's still kind of cool. What do we want to play? I'm going to... Let's play Sunshine. Alright, we're going to play Sunshine for a little bit. And then maybe Galaxy. I don't know about Mario 64 right now, but maybe at some point. Okay, so I'm going to turn down my game audio, because Sunshine is a lot louder than Splatoon 2, so I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, so let's copy this save file over to this one. Alright. So I won't go into too much detail right now, but this save file is for a project on the collab channel. And well, that basically says what the entire thing is. So, this is a copy of the save file that I'm using for Super Mario Sunshine Versus on the collab channel. So Rinker's Gaming and I have started recording that, and it's gonna be pretty fun. So I'm gonna take this time to practice for our next recording session. That series has been a lot of fun so far. I'm really looking forward to uploading those videos. We'll go on for about half an hour or so, and then we'll call it quits for the stream, or something like that. Gooper Blooper returns. Right. Alrighty then, so the thing about Mario Sunshine is that this is a really fun game and all, but it also is like easily the most rushed Mario game of all time in terms of like the mainline series, because this game is buggy as heck, and there's a lot of reused bosses, and the last area of the game you can totally tell that they were under a huge time crunch to get it done. And even without all that in mind, it's still a really fun game. Like, I don't think it's definitely nearly as good as things like, I don't think it's as good as like 64 or Odyssey or things like that, but it's still a pretty fun game. Like this boss fight right here, we fought this one a couple times already before. It's not that difficult of a boss fight. It doesn't really change that much. The only real big change is that you have less room to jump around in this place. Now with this guy, you want to take out all the tentacles, but if you want to do this quickly, just jump like that, and then stun the other tentacles, and then smack them in the face. And most people usually destroy all the tentacles, but you only really need to take care of the middle ones. I think I have done this before with only taking... No, never mind. Things are too slippery. Well, maybe we could try again. Okay, they're stunned. Yeah! Man, we defeated the Goober Blooper without destroying any of the tentacles in the second round. That's pretty fun. Alrighty then. Alright, let's collect that. Gripper's Gaming says Gator is cheating. I created a copy of the save file. So it's not going to affect any versus things or anything like that. This is only just practice for the actual recording session, but like you can play along if you want. Like if you have your Switch area, you can go ahead and play alongside. Just make sure it's a copy of the save file. Red coins on the water. The funny thing is, like, I usually practice like crazy when it comes to recording sessions for versus projects, and no matter what, even no matter how much practice I do, I could still never beat James. Because, like, he never practices for any of our versus projects, at least he told me he doesn't. He never practices for any of those, and he always wins Mario projects. Hopefully that'll change at some point. This is not a good idea. I'm using the pink one, just for fun. This is usually the most difficult one to control, so this might not be the best strategy in the world. It's really hard to turn, and it's super fast. Oh boy, this is a terrible idea. Okay, jump! We missed. Okay. Yeah, we definitely go for an easier one next time, though. Or we can crash immediately. Exactly, Police Productions. It's not cheating, it's being prepared. Be prepared. How much of that song can I remember? I know that your power's every Tenson, or as white as a wood dog's backside, but as thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expressions. The lights are not all on upstairs, but we're talking kings and successions. Even you cannot be caught unaware. Be prepared for the something. Be prepared for the... I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. I apologize. Like, I really want to memorize that song, but, like, I don't know. That's a difficult song for me to remember. One thing that I can kind of remember is this quote from The Simpsons when Abe Simpson, like, I looked over the stream chat and that distracted me, and then my train of thought went like in multiple different directions. That happens a lot. Greg was Gaming says, imagine if I beat you in Sunshine and you keep the no-win streak on Mario, and I get 3 wins in a row. So somehow lose Halo resources. His breakfast says, be prepared. This message must be shared. The trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere. Like the time that I went over to Shelbyville, I need a new heel for my shoe. So, I decided to go over to Morganville, which is what they called Shelbyville in those days. Back then, it cost a nickel to get on the ferry, so I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. I mixed up those lines, but never mind. I got an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. And back then, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, they'd say. Now, where was I? Oh, right. The most important thing was that I had an onion tied to my belt, which was the style at the time. They didn't have the white ones because of the war, so I only had to get the yellow ones. Yeah, we missed a couple of those things. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, I know exactly where the 2 are that we're missing. Oh, darn it all to, Dairy Queen. Serious Production says 136. That was a Simpsons quote with the Grandpa Simpson. Liking songs are hard to memorize every word. Gator only had 4 pennies, so he could not get on the ferry. What's another quote? Felicitations, malefactors. I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formula for the preparation of affordable comestibles. Who will join me? Alright, let's go over here. It's gonna bother me not remembering the rest of the Be Prepared lyrics. Alright, so here. Get the red cards. There we go. I'm usually pretty good at doing this with a pink blooper, but I don't know. Like, whenever I try playing on this version, I just can never get it right. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the yellow one for video stuff. Oh, darn it. And game over. Steam dams. I think I had a dream about The Simpsons, or maybe it was real. Which world were we in? We were in that one over there. Busy. Alright, there's this other stupid song I know. Oh, darn it! Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it, all to Burger King. Because we didn't save the game, we have to fight the stupid blooper thing again. Oh boy. Okay, so there's this other dumb song I know. It's from like Steven Plays, and it's a Raisin Toast song. It's not a Raisin Toast song, it's a song they sang during Little Big Planet. And the funny thing about this is that we sing this to my baby niece sometimes, and it always puts her to sleep, and it's really funny. So it goes something along the lines of, I'm a sad, sad burger. I'm a sad, sad cheeseburger. Because I have no pickles on me anymore. And I only want my pickles back. I just need my pickles soon. Because I miss pickles oh so bad. There are raisins in my toast. Raisin toast. There are raisins in my toast. Raisin toast at Waffle House. I walked into the Waffle House and sat down at my seat. Looked over the menu while deciding what to eat. Out came the little raisins, looked at me and said, "Be sure to choose the raisin toast." And popped up in the bread. They said, "Raisins in my toast." Raisin toast. There are raisins in my toast. Raisin toast at Waffle House. The moral of the story is that I know a lot of really stupid songs. Goobers Gaming says, "Imagine a cater forgets to save during the verses." Reflexon says, karaoke night with you must be fun. I'm too shy to go to karaoke nights. Like, there's a lot of places near where I live that have karaoke, and I have been invited to them before, but I'm too shy to go to them. Like, I'm sure I'd have a lot of fun if I actually did go, but, like, I don't like crowds and stuff like that, so... but it would be fun to try at some point, just for the sake of saying that I went there once. I know James usually gets pretty annoyed with me singing and things like that, which is why I do it in every video we record. Hey, Green Gaming is playing Super Smash Brothers. Hello, Green Gaming. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. What's your favorite kind of sandwich? My favorite kind of sandwich is peanut butter. Like, not peanut butter and jelly or anything like that, just regular peanut butter. Because, like, I don't like jelly, so whenever I make myself a sandwich, it's usually just peanut butter spread across both breads. And not even spread evenly or anything like that, because I just usually like have like just like one giant clump of peanut butter in the middle of the bread, because I'm weird. If I feel adventurous, I'll toast the bread first, but it's usually just like a regular peanut butter sandwich, because I like peanut butter. There we go. Like, my ideal breakfast would probably be like an orange with just like a regular peanut butter sandwich and a cup of milk. Yeah, that camera moved weird right there. Okay, we gotta go around the long way. I see how it is. I see how this game. Go there, and... boom! Haha! First try. Easy! Too easy. I would love to stream Dead or Alive at some point. Like, I know that game probably isn't something that I probably should stream, but it's a really fun fighting game, and I really like it, so I don't know, maybe sometime. Oh, that's the last game you were playing on your system. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's like, it's weird when it does that sometimes, because, like, sometimes when I play on my Switch and I turn it on before switching cartridges or anything like that, by the time the friend notification appears on, like, if my sister and I are playing our Switches in the same room, and then happens, she'll turn to me and she'll say something along the lines of, "Ah, you're playing Breath of the Wild, aren't you?" But, like, I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions or something like that. Alright, this is a Shadow Mario level, and that's going to be pretty interesting. Let's head over here and go this way. Where are you? You are somewhere around here. I think you're up there. Yeah, you're up there. Alright, so the fun thing about this one is that, like, we mentioned this before, but we're going to be doing a versus of Mario Sunshine on the channel at some point. It's likely going to start after the last episode of Sly Cooper is uploaded. So I don't know exactly when it'll start, but it's going to be a fun one. We've recorded a couple of videos already, and they've been really fun. An unfortunate thing about that, though, is that I didn't realize this when we were recording, but the audio balancing on the recording setup wasn't done properly. So before I could send it to James to edit the video, I got to go through it myself and manually adjust the audio. It's not too bad, it's just that usually when that happens, my voice is a bit quieter than the game audio and Greg Cooper's Gaming's audio. So it probably could be left as is and it'd be fine, but like it's not a big enough problem that we'd have to be recording anything, thankfully, but it's still something that I like to do before sending it over to James. Because he usually edits all the Versus projects on the channel, because everybody else's computers are too slow to edit a Versus thing. Like, my computer is built more for programming games and things like that, rather than editing video content. So, like, I probably could do more Versus editing if I had a better computer. But it's built more for playing games and recording stuff and editing and programming stuff. Bleh, words are difficult. Whew. Alright, we got you. Let me get the shiny, 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 shiny. What the? Oh, that is mean. That is my least favorite flavor of Cheerios. Why is everything food related today? That is my least favorite flavor of Cheerios in the history of anything ever. Where am I? Ah, yeah, there's a thing up here. Whee! Alright. So we gotta go back all the way over there, and ain't that fun? Well, actually, I can take this time to demonstrate a fun glitch. So this is a rocket storage glitch where, if you do it correctly, I didn't do it correctly. If you do it correctly, then you can have Mario jump way higher than he's supposed to, and it's always really fun to try this. So basically what you want to do is that you want to, while with the regular nozzle out, you want to hold down the L button. Doing this will lock Mario into sidestepping mode. But if you hold on the L button while switching nozzles, you can still sidestep with a different nozzle. So charge up the rocket nozzle and then switch. Oh, never mind. Charge up the rocket nozzle and then switch to it last minute. Yeah, that should cause a sound effect. At some point we'll be able to do it. Okay, I was doing it wrong. So you gotta let go of the ZL button to do this. Let go of the ZL button, then quickly change nozzles. Eventually we'll be able to do this correctly. Well. We ran out of water, so we can't really demonstrate that. But I'll try to demonstrate up here instead. On a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yeah, it sends Mario flying high up there. That wasn't a good spot to demonstrate it, but it lets you fly really high and it's pretty fun. There's Buxton says, I'm hungry. Yeah, my streams tend to do that. Like, I usually get hungry after I'm done streaming and things like that, and it's always pretty fun. I do have food with me, but I'm not going to eat that on stream because I don't want chewing sound effects to appear on the microphone. With a drink I can get away with that, but not with the cheeseburger. I do not want that coin. I want to go down here and go this way. This is one thing I really like about Mario Sunshine is that it's just really fun to explore these worlds. And that's something you don't really get with Sunshine, with 64 or even Galaxy. I think Mario Odyssey does that the best because as you're exploring, you're always going to come across something new to find. Whether it be one of the regional coins or one of the power moons, you're always going to find something new. Most of the stuff to collect in this game is usually just additional stars, and my problem with the star system in this game is that most of them are pointless, because most of the additional coins, most of the additional shines you can get in this game don't really matter that much, because the only thing that matters towards opening up the end game is getting the 7th level of each world, and everything beyond that only really contributes to 100% completion, but even then, the 100% completion world kind of sucks. So, that's my problem with Sunshine, but other than that, it's a pretty fun game. There's Flexen says ASMR with a scream thrown in for flavor. That's my new favorite way to describe these streams. Yeah, let's head over here now. I know we said we'd only play Sunshine for like half an hour or so, but I kind of want to keep going. Ah, we. Okay, that wasn't the thing I was looking for. Let's head over here instead. That's not where we need to go yet. There we go. That one will open up a sandcastle for us, and that... Then Mario is landing it, falling in the cutscene. That will open up a sandcastle, which will give us access to a secret level. Oh, yeah. Alright, secret levels are basically levels where you have to go through the entire thing without your flood ability. That's pretty fun. These are usually a little bit more challenging than your regular platforming puzzles. And I really like these. These are pretty fun. There's also a red coin challenge you can do to get an additional shine spray. And that can be pretty interesting too. It does require just a little bit more time to take care of that. But like as you can see right here, we've already finished this one. So these ones can usually go by pretty quickly if you know what you're doing. Whereas Gaming says, I beat that one secret shine that I was stuck on, but I beat it in handheld mode, so now I try with the controller. Yeah, make sure that when you're doing that, it's on a you're playing on a copy of your Let's Play versus save file thing. So in case you accidentally save over it, then it doesn't affect the one that we're actually using for recording stuff. Mirror Madness Tilt Slam Bam! So one thing that's kind of infamous with this game is that all the enemy designs have really weird differences between how they usually look and how they look in this game. Like this right here is a Wiggler, but it looks very different compared to pretty much every other version of a Wiggler you've ever seen in a Mario game. So the thing with that is that I think they were trying to experiment with different styles for where they want Mario characters to go going forward. But on the other hand, it also kind of makes sense because this is an entirely different region from the Mushroom Kingdom, so it kind of makes sense that they would look different. Until you play Odyssey and realize that most of the enemies in that game look normal anyway, so it's like a little weird. Alright, so let's head over this way now. This area might seem familiar to those who have watched my Watermelon Festival shortcut videos. Button mash, button mash, button mash! Alright, so what we want to do is we want to go down here. There's going to be a bad guy down there who wants to destroy everything. Alright, so these aren't too difficult. What we want to do is that you want to use your nozzle You want to use the spray nozzle to have them go over the ledge. This is hard to do without with the Joy-Con controller. And like that. Once it's tilted on one leg, it'll it'll be easier to knock over, so do that. And then ground pound, and then it didn't work. But it didn't work. There we go. It still didn't work! Come on! Okay, let's try this again. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, you're all the way over there. Okay, why is it not working? I'm trying to, Flot, shut up! Okay, let's try a different platform side. Let's have you go this way instead. There we go. I don't know what was going on with that. The instruction says, wiggle! 2 more areas left. Alright. We definitely have enough to take care of this one right here. But we're going to want to refill our water before we're going to take care of the other one. Yeah, Mario spinning around like a helicopter in the corner right there. That's pretty funny. Alright. That's shining up the thingy-mabob. And Mario's stuck in the sand, of course he is. Yep. Oh, no! Alright. Something really fun about this game is that this is like the only 3D Mario game ever that has a quadruple jump. So in most 3D Mario games, except for 3D 3D World, you can do a triple jump by going like this. But in this game, you can do a quadruple jump by going like that. Jump again. I messed it up. You do a regular jump, and then go like that. I keep messing it up. I know it's possible. Jump, jump, spinny. Jump, jump, spinny, spinny. 4th jump. There we go. That's how you do the quadruple jump in Mario Sunshine. Yeah, that is a thing you can do in this game. It is pretty fun. It's the only 3D Mario game where you can do a quadruple jump on. So that's pretty fun. I think Odyssey probably has like my favorite platforming in the main series because it's just so much fun to use Cappy to just jump everywhere. There's like so many options for platforming in that game. It's just so much fun. That's one thing that I really didn't really care that much for about 3D 3D World is that they really limited your moveset in that game. But like with Odyssey, it just felt like a natural continuation of what this game was trying to do, and it just was really nice to see. I love Mario Sunshine and Odyssey and things like that. Howdy. Alright, knock that one off. Okay, we can do it. So something funny about this is that the water effects for using your spray nozzle when going like this, it looks very impressive. But the funny thing about that is that every water drop of that is actually a 2D sprite, and they're all 2D sprites made to point at the camera, so it looks more impressive than it actually is. And it's a really great way to work around the limitations of the GameCube. So it's a what the heck? We glitched under the platform. That was certainly a thing. That was certainly a thing that I hope never happens again, because that's a minor inconvenience, and minor inconveniences are the worst kind of inconvenience. Here, go over this way. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, be destroyed. Be destroyed. You know you want to be destroyed, and boom! We did it! Yay! Bye, Wiggler. And now we did the thingy, and it's shiny, and it doesn't taste like chocolate, and I'm upset. That's something that a friend of mine said years ago, and I like repeat it all the time, and I think she probably doesn't remember it that much, but like it's like one of my favorite things that's ever been said in one of these videos. Alright, let's go over here and collect the next Shine Sprite. Yay! Shine Sprites are yummy! Alright. So let's go for one more. Buxton says again, everything looks edible. Yeah. I would love to have like a cake that looks like a Shine Sprite. That would be awesome. We'll go for one more, and then we're going to call it quits for the night. Actually, this one's a short level, so we might go for one more after this one. Wiggler ahoy! Full steam ahead! Alright, so this one's a pretty easy level once you figure out the pattern for it. What you want to do is that you want to have the this thingy appear when the Wiggler is nearby, so they'll be knocked off balance. And then after that, jump on top of the body and ground pound. It's a pretty easy boss fight, and surprisingly, this is the only time that this one appears in, because pretty much every other boss fight in the game, you have to repeat like 5 times or something like that. So that's something that's pretty interesting. You get away from me, and I will go over here. I think at some point we'll go over here. Yep, you are. Okay, so let's go like this. It'll be random every time which part of the Wiggler body you got a ground pound. So it's something that's also worth mentioning. Let's head over this way and over here. Alright, Wiggler, it's time to meet your doom. It's time to be destroyed. So if you're not going over here, why aren't you going over here? Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, fine, I'll go over there. But do it your way, this Burger King. Alright. Come on. Come on. Come on. Be destroyed, be destroyed. Ah, darn it. Words and profanities and words I won't say. Alrighty then. You are really far away. Oh my goodness. Am I even going to be able to do this? That's underwater. I don't think I can ground pound that. Wow, that was cheap. That was cheap. I couldn't ground pound that. It was too far into the water. Ah, wait. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this time without fail. That didn't work. Okay. Let's go! Let's go! Let's destroy the thingy and claim its eggnog. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Did it do it again twice in a row? Okay, done. Good. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on! That's the second time in a row that it... Alright, you know what? Screw it. We're going over there instead. We're going over there instead, and we're gonna like it. That's the second time in a row that it did that. That's just not nice. That is the opposite of nice. Alright. We'll go over here instead, and hopefully this will work. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, that didn't work at all. That was way too soon for that. Three's Production says, aggressive Wiggler! Okay, you're not going anywhere near that, so I think we have to go over here. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to do this over here. Yeah, boy, isn't that fun. Okay. Please let the thing spawn in a place where I can actually reach it. I've never had this problem before, and I don't know what's happening now. Alright. Oh my god. Which Jimmy says I got a game over on that level. Our game over is always fun. Okay, is there another one you're running near that would be easier for us to get? Okay, let's try this one instead. Okay, now we're gonna do this one. I knew that. I was just testing the audience to make sure they were paying attention. That's exactly what I was doing. Cough, cough, cough. And Alright. Whew. Alright, we can do this. Yeah! We destroyed you! Yay! We did it. We did it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey now, here is my song for you. Yeah, that's right. I hope you know that when you sing and then suddenly you just forget the lyrics? That's what happens to me all the time. Hey now, here is my song for you. Yeah, that's right. I wish that I was yours, but I'm too shy, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, one more level and then we'll call it quits. Gelato Beach, the Sandbird is born. Yeah, I love this level. Alrighty then. So this is a level that's actually kind of notorious within the Mario Sunshine fan base because a lot of people consider this one to be like one of the more difficult ones in the entire game. I don't see that. I get why it can be difficult if you're trying to get everything on one go, but this is easily one of my favorite levels in the entire game, admittedly. I really like this one, and I can see why people don't like it, but I don't think it's like one of the worst levels in the entire game. Excuse me. Button mash, button mash, button mash, button mash, button mash. This is totally how you climb up hills. And let's do this. Let's do it. Whee! Whee! A Wii is a game console. It's one of my favorite video game consoles. Alright, so this is the Sandbird level, and basically what you want to do is you want to collect all of the red coins. I like going for the one on the tail first because that one can be pretty nerve-wracking to get later, especially as the bird starts turning and things like that. So one thing to keep in mind is that as the bird starts flying around, it will fly in a loop. So just because you miss it at one point doesn't necessarily mean that it's gone forever. So as long as you're playing this safe, then you should be okay. Like, look at this. We already got all of them, so it's not that big of a... It's not really that difficult of a level. And now it's just a matter of waiting for the bird to fly to the top of it. I mean, just look at this thing. This is basically Minecraft before Minecraft was Minecraft. Just look at this bird. Oh, of course when I'm streaming. Of course when I'm streaming. I died on this level. I never have trouble on this one. But yeah, doesn't this thing look like Minecraft? Alright, let's try that again. Hopefully this time without failure. Failure is always an option, just not right now. Alright then. Yeah, one big problem that I could certainly see a lot of people having trouble with this one is trying to get all the blue coins in this level at the same time you're trying to get it normally. As long as you take your time with this one, it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just a matter of having the patience to try and actually go for this. When it starts flying sideways, that's when it can be pretty difficult to deal with. So you want to be careful with that. Like, it's going to be starting to fly sideways now. So let's go like that. And that's the second time we died. Gaming says, hate the Sandbird so much. Sears Buxton says, there's the scream for flavor. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Alright, let's head over here now. Yeah, this is basically just it. This is literally all there is to the Sandbird level. It's not really that difficult. I'm just not paying it enough attention as I usually do to the level. So that's pretty fun. Except it's not fun because it means that we've died twice to this one. I was saying that's not that difficult. But really, this level isn't that hard. You just need to be careful with this one. Just pay attention to when the bird starts flying. And then, like, eventually you'll get the pattern down for when it starts tilting. And then you'll know when you'll need to start doing stuff. Like, I like going onto this cloud, and then usually that can help out. We're not going to save right now. Yeah, just doing something like that should be enough to help you out. And now it's going to start turning again, so we want to go this way. I can imagine this being very difficult if you're trying to do a floodless run of this game. But yeah, it's just not really that challenging. I usually find the clouds are usually like a checkpoint system for when the bird is going to start flying at weird angles. Are we close to the end? Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end, so we're going to want to go this way now. Okay. Now that should be enough. Oh! That was way too close for comfort. We almost jumped right off the cliff after getting the last one. Oh boy, that would have been really bad. But yeah, I think that's going to be as far as we're going to be playing today, and that's going to be pretty fun. So keep an eye out for the collab channel where Greg Boys Gaming and I are going to be playing through Super Mario Sunshine Versus. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to absolutely destroy him. It's going to be awesome. Which button is it to go back to the menu? There we go. Switching between these games are so great. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's Gator stream. So thank you all so much for watching. I know we started this one pretty late at night, like a lot later than when we usually start streams. So I do appreciate you all coming out to watch. That was a lot of fun. We might stream next week. I don't know when. Maybe Friday or Saturday or something like that. It's either going to be a Breath of the Wild Korok stream or a Flipside Pit of Under Trials thing. I'm thinking with Super Paper Mario, what I'm thinking about that one is that we might just make the Flipside Pit of Under Trial. We just might make that just a bonus video at the end of the Let's Play. I was going to do that towards the main series, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more it might make sense to just wait to do that until the post-game, because we're already doing the other Pit of Under Trials at that point anyway. So we might just save that for then and just focus on finishing the main story. Like, I don't want to rush or anything with the main story, because Super Mario is one of my favorite games ever, but still. But yeah, that's going to be fun. Hopefully Splatoon 2 will return soon. I don't have any announcements or updates on that one yet, but I'm still hoping we get started on that one in September. I just don't know when yet. And Breath of the Wild and Super Paper Mario will, well, they are being uploaded and stuff like that. That's pretty fun. Grim's Gaming says, yeah, versus! Now I will win to keep to keep the streak. Deuce Brixton says, okay, I'm going to bed now. Good night, have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you all so much for watching tonight's Gator stream. Until next time, lead gear to you. Oh, yeah.